MLB ウォッチャーへようこそ。大谷翔平選手が成し遂げた驚異の記録、50本塁打50盗塁という前人未到の偉業。その背景にある彼の並外れた才能と野球への情熱。今回はこちらを詳しく解説している番組をご紹介いたします。ご感想などありましたらぜひコメント欄までお願いします。この動画が面白いと思っていただけましたらチャンネル登録、高評価をよろしくお願いします。それではご覧ください。
Hey, I want to say something too. That early on in the year, and I was one of the first ones talking about this, that the 50-50 is different because of the stolen base rule. Throw that out.
Thank you.
The wear and tear on the body for 50 stolen bases, for any stolen bases, and what this guy is doing, I don't care what generation, I don't care what rules. This is an amazing, amazing, amazing accomplishment. Nobody has done it.
I try to give context to it.
It's incredible.
And I've heard some people that we're very close friends with that have sort of diminished the stolen base because of the new rules. Is it easier to steal bases? Absolutely. But if you just look at the category of 50 home runs, the players that have done it in the history of baseball, take Brady Anderson, who was a leadoff guy for the Baltimore Orioles. The 1 year he had 50 home runs, he stole the most bases. You have to go back to Willie Mays, since Willie Mays. That season where he had over 20 stolen bases.
24, I think it was.
He was tied for 24th most stolen bases in baseball.
Yeah.
Okay? That's the most stolen bases anyone's ever had with 50 homers other than Willie Mays. Shohei Ohtani is the second best base stealer in the sport behind Ellie De La Cruz. He's number 2 base stealer. All the rules of stealing bases are for every single player. We're recapping his entire day. 5 hits, 2 doubles, a single, and 2 home runs, and he's also stolen 2 bases.
And Greg, I want to jump in real quick because remember, I talk a lot about when you're chasing the Triple Crown. There's certain guys that specialize in categories. There's guys that specialize in stealing the base. He's on top of the mountain with those guys. He's on top of the guy that says, I'll hit 200, but I'm going to hit homers. And his average is 300 most of the season. And he's got over 100 RBIs, hitting 1 or 2 in the lineup all year. It's extraordinary what this guy has been able to do. So
Pedro, to be sitting next to one of the greatest pitchers in the history of the sport, you embody greatness, baseball greatness, okay? What do you think about when you're witnessing Shohei Ohtani? I mean, there's a brotherhood in Cooperstown. You guys have a brotherhood. It is the most elite fraternity, right?
Yes.
This guy may have punched his ticket tonight. He may have punched his ticket to Cooperstown tonight. Baseball's first 50-50 player.
Well, he's doing stuff that not even some of the elite players that we have in Cooperstown will be able to do, would have been able to do. This is a unique human. I mean, this is a guy, and not only that, see everything he's doing? I think he can add more to the Dodgers if he's able to pitch in the postseason in relief.
Oh, Pedro,
we're not thinking about that.
I forgot about it.
He's about to add a little bit more to
he's coming.
The things he's doing.
He's going to pitch. If they get close to a title, he's coming to pitch. Ain't no doubt about it.
He's the greatest baseball player of all time.
But back to Pedro's point, and back to the Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame for me. Look, you have exceptional things that happen in the sport that should be in the Hall. I think Bo Jackson should be. You win a Heisman Trophy, you do the stuff he did in baseball and football. There's not a Hall of Fame for Bo. Is he in the Football Hall of Fame? Is he in the Baseball Hall of Fame? We got to figure out how to honor guys like that. But Shohei, just sticking to the baseball, what he's already done, 2 MVPs, pitching, hitting, doing the stuff he did, 50-50, something nobody's ever done before. He's already punched his ticket at Cooperstown. He just has. He doesn't have to play another game.
And yeah, he does, because he's got to put up some numbers that we have never seen. And that's the. I'm just grateful that I got to witness what this guy.
I'm glad you were here for it.
And I'm glad you know, I got to see it. I'm not dead. I'm watching it. I can actually tell stories to my grandkids. About what I saw. I mean, this is amazing.
You're right. You know what? When I was a kid watching Michael Jordan, I would tell my brothers, hey, guys, can you stop horsing around? This is the greatest basketball player of all time. When Tiger Woods was winning every single weekend, can you stop what you're doing? Watch this guy play. right? When Wayne Gretzky was scoring a goal every period for the Edmonton Oilers, stop what you're doing and watch the greatest of all time play.
Yeah.
That's what you have right now.
No.
Tom Brady's got a 2-minute drill. Watch the greatest of all time play. Shohei Ohtani is the greatest baseball player of all time.
Yeah, my brother Larry used to always say, recognize greatness when it's upon you. And that was when John Wooden's UCLA teams would be coming to town. You got to go see them play.
You have to.
You had to go see them play. Here comes Bill Walton. Here comes Lou Alcindor, Kareem. Here comes all of them. And they won 10 national titles, and they won 88 straight games at one time. 88! And he was always like, you got to recognize, this will never happen again, guys.
Mm-hmm.
You have to recognize greatness when it's upon you. This may never happen again unless he does it again.
Well, the guy that we thought was going to do it was last year's MVP, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Ronald Acuna, yeah.
40 homers, 70 stolen bases. There you see Dodgers tweeting this out. History, Shohei Ohtani is the only member of the 50-50 club. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand how many amazing baseball players there have been in this incredibly historic sport?
Yeah.
For no one to ever do it. Now, did the new rules help? Yes.
Yes.
Without a doubt, yes. But everyone got the rules, Pedro, and he's the second best at stealing bases in the sport. Did it lead him to this historic moment? Yes. But the home runs never changed. That's a 50-homer season for Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, but they're not put together like if it was a computer that made them. Ohtani is unique. 6'6", about 220 pounds. Can run better than anybody that you can probably find in the big leagues, with the exception of maybe Ellie De La Cruz.
Yeah.
He has the instincts to steal bases. He has the power to hit homers. He has the ability to hit for average, power, everything. When you want to see a complete player, you talk about Shohei Ohtani. And we thought, we got excited when we saw him facing Mike Trout just for that one at bat. I thought I was seeing something huge. Now this is even better. And guess what? He's going to put up some more numbers before the season is over.
Year one of the largest contract in sports history, and he does this.
So much more to come.
This is year one.
You know why the 50-50 is so special? And it used to be 20-20, then it was 30-30, it was 40-40. Why it's so unique is that when you get scouted by a pro scout and you got a chance to be a potential pro baseball player, they look at your speed and they look at your power. What kind of arm do you have? I can catch the ball and get rid of it. Okay, great. Doesn't have the great arm, but he can get the ball across the diamond, gets rid of the ball quick. They go, he can run, we can work with that. He can hit a ball in the ballpark, we'll figure out what to put him in the lineup. Those are the metrics. I don't care what metric year you're in. It could be 2020, it could be 1924. They're still going to look at those two things to measure, do you have the ability to play at a high elite level in the big leagues? That's why 2020 was such a standard, 30-30, 40-40, and now 50-50. It's a unique athlete, a unique talent, a unique skill.
And he's only adding to it because Pedro brought up the fact that, get ready, he's going to be pitching out of the bullpen.
Oh, he's pitching. You guys thought I was nuts back at the All-Star game when I talked to Shohei and he told me he's throwing 86 with a wink. I knew he was coming back. He's going to pitch. Dave Roberts gave us a little indication the other night.
Yeah, last time Albert was here, he brought it up. He was like, hey, do you guys think Shohei might pitch? And he gave that little Albert Pujols giggle. And he's still very close to all those guys over there in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Like, Albert, what do you know? He had to know something. And if you watch him get his side work in, he's letting it eat on the mound. Could you imagine? We can't assume he's not going to start, right? You can't believe he would start.
No, he's
not stretched
start.
out.
He's got to come and actually help the Dodgers where they really need help, which is closing games.
Could you imagine? He will look like a high school superstar hitting homers in the World Series, running down to the bullpen, warming up to shut the door in the ninth inning.
Yeah, but we also have to consider his own rules, because he's got the Ohtani rule as a starting pitcher. But in relief, I don't know that he qualifies for the Ohtani.
That's why he would have to close the game.
They'll pick the game that matters when they can use him. And here's the other thing. Everybody's worried about, well, He's got a $700 million contract. Is it worth the Dodgers to win a World Series?
Yes.
In that seven? Look at all the guys that have a $300 million contract or a $400 million contract.
They never
How
win.
many titles did they win?
Right.
Is it worth the gamble if you know you're knocking on the door to win a title? Absolutely.
We were on the red carpet with Shohei Ohtani. I know we got to go to break, but Shohei was on the red carpet with us, and I gave him a list of his greatest moments in his career. And I let him decide what his number one moment was. And he said striking out Mike Trout to win the World Baseball Classic was his number one moment. And then he said, I hope I can replicate a moment just like that in October for the Dodgers. Which means, and we didn't pick up on it at the time, that would mean he would get the final out of the World Series on the mound.
That means he was already thinking about it.
本日の動画はいかがでしたか？日本人メジャーリーガーの活躍から目が離せませんね。当チャンネルでは彼らに関する最新ニュースを毎日翻訳してお届けしています。面白いと感じていただけましたら、ぜひチャンネル登録と高評価をお願いします。ご視聴ありがとうございました。次回の動画でまたお会いしましょう。